to go to the lowest, so I hope this is good enough.
Oh, even the lower settings, they aren't that bad. Oh, okay.
Alright. You have to probably click on that again since I stopped and restarted.
Oh no, it actually came up saying my audio was already included.
Okay. Alright, so now that I'm back into this, let's see. I actually already have a preset male face that I'm planning on using that I made for another character, but I didn't play for long, which I liked the face, so I'm going to use it on this character.
But I got a question for you, KT.
What's up?
What is your Twitch name?
My Twitch name, I believe, is Kusanagi Sarugi. You know, I didn't change it. I created it on Xbox One, and it was like associated with my gamer tag, so it just gave me that. Because I never did any Twitch things before until, recently. Hmm. I'm trying to think, what do I want my starting stats to be?
Aren't I following you on Twitch?
That's a lot of points in intelligence, so then I'm not planning on using sorceries with this
Ah.
character. Not terrible, I guess. Yeah, I'll go with the cleric.
You're gonna go cleric?
Hmm. Yes. And because I have only found, I don't know if I've been missing them or something, but I've only found one hidden blessing in the playthrough. So, I'm gonna start off with my gift as a hidden blessing because that is a full FP recharge, which is useful because I'm planning on having a bit more health than um, Ashen. Took me a moment to remember the name of it. I'm gonna change the color of that tattoo on his face, but overall, I like the way I did the eyes on him. Oh no, where's that? There we go.
Do you have your broadcast sidebar open still?
Oh, I was paying attention to my character. I didn't even realize. Hello, Harridan Gobblesnap. Hi.
The funny thing is that by doing this, I can actually watch what you're doing and have a general. I mean, I know there's a delay, but I can have a general idea of where you're at. But okay,
Well then, here's a zoom in of my guy's face because this is why I wanted to use his face. I kind of like the way I did these eyes. I gotta change the color of the tattoo though. Or maybe I'm gonna change it to a scar. Something different.
I would change. I would probably change the. I would at least make it like either a purple or a black. The tattoo.
It kind of is well, it's a light purple, kind of borderline pink a little bit, but it it's it was just one of the presets that because I was making an all over mage and I was thinking of uh sorcery, chaos, the miracles, everything, all of it. I was trying to think of like a face that would represent an all over mage. And this is kind of what I came up with. Let's see.
You know, honesty, Like, I know for myself, you'll probably never see me use that hair. Oh, but for you
What?
guys, really
He
quick.
uses hair?
But no, but for the
I,
viewers,
I,
really quick. Like KT, he said he's gonna be going with a cleric. I, on the other hand, I'm probably going to be going with a knight, just because their physical stats starting off are more well-rounded with the strength and the dex. The minimum requirements, because I can get the claymore pretty early on in the game, and the strength and dex requirements for the claymore are a 16-13, and the knight starts with a 13-12 in the strength dex part. So, um, and that'll probably be my weapon of choice at least for the moment. But it also starts me off with a longsword, which is pretty good. I will most likely be running most of the beginning part of the game topless because I don't like I don't like the aesthetic of the chest piece or the helmet. That was a little delayed, Xbox. Thank you for letting me know 10 minutes later that KT is finally broadcasting. Um, burial gifts.
I'm actually a lightweight. Dang. I'm already buzzed.
Burial gifts are, it really, like, for me, the way I look at it is it comes down to what is the most useful early on. The life ring is decently useful because it does give you that extra boost in health. Do you remember the percentage? Isn't it like 20%, like 15% or something like that, or 10% health increase for the first ring? KT?
I'm sorry, I was focusing on my character. I did not hear which ring. I heard the rest of the question, but not which ring.
The life ring. The original, the very
The
first,
life ring.
the very first ring that you can get in the game through the burial gift, the life ring.
I'm not
I
I'm
think it's
not
like 10%, right?
100% sure. I think the first one is 8, then it goes to 10 or 12, and then the last one is 15, I believe.
Okay. But
It used to be 10% in the other Dark Souls,
it used to be
but
10%,
then
then
they
12.5,
lowered
and
it a
then
little bit.
15%.
Yeah, but they got rid of the point 0.5, and I think it's just like an 8, 12, and 15.
But the thing about the life ring is that you can, if I remember correctly, you could pretty much buy that ring for pretty cheap early on in the game. So it's not really helpful this early on. Divine Blessing, great for one use. So in my opinion, absolutely useless. I actually sell those because I never use them ever. I think on Dark Souls 2, I had about 160 of those things. I just never used them. Hidden Blessing is the same thing, but it's the same thing as Divine Blessing, but it's for your FP or in other words, your mana. Black Fire Bombs, I think you only get 5, and they don't really do a whole lot of extra damage to probably the only reason you would use it, which is, well, actually, you can always use it on the master, but the first boss, he's not really that hard. He may be a little difficult on your first time playthrough, but the one thing about Dark Souls is it's all about patterns. Understanding your character, understanding the way your character moves, but it's also about the patterns of your enemy's maneuvers. If you can learn and understand how they maneuver, how they function, you'll understand on how to easily beat them. Because they do react to how far you are. They do react to your position around them. They'll do different things. So, like my favorite example is the Lothric Knight with a spear. There's a Lothric Knight later on, or one of the beginning areas of the game. If you maneuver to his right, or if you maneuver to your right, his left, which is his shield arm, he will hit you in the face over and over and over again with his damn shield. Which is really annoying because it stuns you even though you're blocking. Or you can maneuver to his left, and he pretty much won't try to hit you with his shield at all, with the exception of a few times. But he does attack with his spear. Um, if you grow some distance, he'll actually two-hand his spear. He'll two-hand the spear, and try to go for a long lunge. Like I said, the enemies will react to your location in and around them. So, but anyways, black fire bombs, probably another cool item, but pretty much useless. It's not going to really help you kill anything, and even if it does help you kill something, it's not going to be worth a whole lot of souls just early on. And I think they only sell for like 150 souls each. Fire gem, probably a good item to have later on if you want to infuse a weapon with the element of fire. But you're not gonna. But the element of fire is affected by your intelligence and your faith, and pretty much anybody you choose is not going to have high stats in either of them, so you're going to be just nerfing your weapon by using that early on. Sovereignless Soul actually is a consumable soul for 2,000 souls. Probably the most useful item. How you doing today? How you doing today, Yato? But the sovereignless soul is probably the one item I
Oh,
always
you have a
get.
follower?
There's a gentleman named Yato. I think it's a gentleman. I don't know, but he just joined in. The rusted golden coin. It's just an item find boost, pretty much worthless. In my opinion, item find you can always boost your natural item find by increasing your luck later on. Cracked red eye orb. At this point in the game, there's absolutely no point in invading people early on in the game because they're muling all their later game gear down to their lower level characters, and it's impossible to kill them. Oh, Yato, it's another good day. Just doing a run through on some Dark Souls, going through a beginning video. How are you today? What's up, Jesse? Didn't Jesse just join the chat? All right. Just so you know, me and KT are broadcasting. Oh, I changed my gamer tag to Death D Ryder. Does it really? Oh yeah, it
I
does.
guess it hasn't fully changed yet.
I didn't even realize that. Oh, hey Jesse. Are you broadcasting your audio? Probably. Yato, that is one of our friends actually just joined our party chat. He was asking me a question about. Oh, okay. He was asking me a question about a name change that I just made to my gamer tag.
Yep, he made a name change.
And the last item is the young white branch. It's absolutely worthless. I mean, it's good for hiding from people, but not really worth having early on in the game. Yeah, it's not really worth having early on in the game. So I'm gonna go with Sovereignless Soul.
I want to make a comment on that.
What's up?
You get invaded quite a bit early on in the game. I would not discard that item.
Yeah, but it only helps
That's
you
a good
with
item
one.
to have.
Did you put your audio into the party so people can
Yes, I
hear
did.
you?
They know what I'm saying. Yeah.
But at the same time, though, I mean, I can see that branch